Am I the a-hole for telling my depressed brother he only has himself to blame for our parents not wanting to talk to him?
Ouch.
And this is all answering the question, when is a bad sibling relationship salvageable? This comes from Equivalent Tree 2A. And they say, my male 34 younger brother, Matt, male 31, was engaged to this woman, Emma, female 30, for the past year. Everyone in our family, my sister, parents, and myself, thought they were a perfect match. Emma was very polite, well-educated, had a great family, whom we had met a few times, and was head over heels for Matt. Fast forward to 3 months ago, and Emma finds out that Matt cheated on her with another woman, Cindy, female 25.
Ooh.
Damn, 10 years, almost 10 years younger.
Oh, yoinks. Good point.
Needless to say, the marriage has been called off and everyone has been beyond angry with Matt. Matt fumbled the bag.
He really did.
Our parents haven't spoken to Matt since the fallout of what's happened, and even I have only spoken to him twice, each call lasting less than 5 minutes. Our sister has also not spoken with him either. This morning, I received a call from Matt saying that he wanted to reconcile with the family. He mentioned how upset and depressed he's been since making the worst mistake of his life and how much he regrets his actions. I was listening up until this point, but I got annoyed when he started mentioning how also Cindy wants to meet our parents and the rest of us. So he's still with Cindy. He told me that he left our parents' voicemail a few days ago, but they haven't responded, and that he feels isolated from our family. I point blank told him that he only had himself to blame for this and that he clearly didn't think what he did was a mistake since he was still with Cindy. He said he just wanted us to give them a chance, but I told him I had to go to work and I left the call while he was finishing a sentence as I was very frustrated with him. Am I the a-hole? And there is an update 5 hours later, some relevant comments, and another juicy, thick update. But yeah, John, is OP the a-hole?
I think it's a really important thing to consider that a TLDR could be a great thing in helping determine whether or not one may or may not be an a-hole. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
I can definitely help, dude. Switching and listening is so hard.
Dude, it's so for me it's the scrolling, because like I'll scroll and then I'll lose where I was in the story, and then I'm like, oh, I got to get back, and then by the time, yeah, it's the whole thing.
I have no idea how Riley does it.
Dude, Riley
or Sophia. Sophia has the same brain as me. I don't know how it works.
Dude, this is challenging.
She crushes it.
Doing a Zoom, I'm like, I want to Zoom, but I will destroy everything.
Talk to quick TLDR. So
3 days later.
Honestly, I feel like while you should continue to hold them accountable, like don't let them get away with like, oh no, it's okay, whatever, like hold them like ferociously accountable. But I don't know if you excommunicate them. If anything, I feel like I would encourage them to do that more.
Include him more?
Sorry, that would, like, if he's now like excommunicated from his family, maybe he doesn't like have anyone to hold him accountable to not do it again.
Yeah. I actually think OP is being the a-hole.
I agree. Sorry. Yes. I agree. I don't know. I'm sure there's some cheating circumstances, and I'm sure we've read some, but I think that in this case, yeah, the OP is the a-hole.
So, and I just think we made actually a rule yesterday where nice. If Sophia was to steal one of my partners, I would not talk to her for every month I was in a relationship with that person. Right. And then times 3 if she was still in a relationship with that person. So if it was like a one night stand or something, that I wouldn't talk to her for a month of her. Yeah. So, right. But I would still, I would give it space, but I would still have a relationship with my sister, even if she cheated on her partner. Yeah.
I feel like it's like that kind of doesn't involve you as much, even though you should still hold them accountable. Yeah. I think it's just,
but in this scenario, it doesn't involve them at all. Like, so I don't know. It's not like OP's brother stole the girlfriend.
I agree. I'm not the a-hole. 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 I agree. I'm trying to look at the camera. Who is that? Dominic, I'm trying, but there's Sam space here. There's the camera. The problem when I'm looking at the camera, I press the buttons. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening over here. So like, yeah, anyways.
You're doing great.
I'm trying. Anyways.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the a-hole, but I think a lot of people in the chat are saying not the a-hole. Was Cindy someone's partner, like a family member or friends? No, it's just like he cheated on his partner. So they have like Cindy is just a random person. Are there kids involved? No. No. Yeah. Matt was engaged to this woman for the past year. So they were engaged for a year. And then he cheated. So they not that it excuses him, but they weren't even married. So they weren't married, didn't have kids. Cindy is not the partner of anyone in the family.
Sam's golden rule: you can cheat as long as you're not married. Wait, how do I zoom? I must, yeah.
But yeah, no, there's no children. I think it's a little bit harsh. I think it's too harsh.
It's yeah. I, if anything, I would stay. I would continue the line of communication to continue to hold them accountable.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. It's like,
right?
Because the more you isolate and excommunicate someone, the more they're going to feel that they have like no choice but maybe to continue behavior. Like they need like good role models. It
pressures them.
Yeah, it pressures them.
Like they know that they'll get called out again if they do that.
Exactly. And if they don't have anyone looking over them, then they might just do it again. Would you cut your sister out if she cheated on her partner?
No, yeah. I don't think so.
I wouldn't cut my sister out. I would be like, naughty, don't do that.
Yeah, like why are you doing that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah, if anything, I would like try to like connect with her more to
figure out like what the heck's like, why are you doing that? What's going on? Yeah. I feel like that it basically, you have a chance to maybe influence them in a good way. If you stay around longer, which is kind of what you've been saying. But there is more to this story update. So for more context, for everyone suggesting that Matt found his true love in Cindy, that's questionable from my perspective. He still claims his current relationship with her is a mistake. Ouch. And I'm fairly certain he has said as much to her in the past. Wow.
To his ex-partner?
No, to Cindy, the person he's currently in a relationship with.
Oh.
He's saying it's a mistake. That's crazy.
Then why are you... Yeah, okay.
Because of spite, I don't know, to make it feel like he did the right thing or like he didn't do it for nothing.
Guy sucks.
So, update 2, 5 hours later. After reading some of the comments and doing some self-reflection, I've decided to reach out to my brother. I have decided it's true. He's done something terrible, and there is simply no other way of seeing it. However, despite the disappointment, I still do feel that I have a responsibility towards him at this low point in his life. I agree. If Sophia cheated on her partner, I would be there for her. Right, Sophia?
Sophia's here.
Sophia's here.
Changing our ice packs.
Yeah.
Like a great sister.
Right, Sophia?
She agrees.
She agrees.
Hooray!
She agrees. Especially considering that my parents and sister probably won't be reaching out to him. I called him. The call lasted about 20 minutes. That's 4 times longer than the last calls. The last calls only lasted 5 minutes. So improvement. So I offered to meet him in person, which did seem to cheer him quite a bit up. I, however, made it abundantly clear to him that I have no interest in meeting Cindy. At this point, he said something that confirmed my suspicions on what he thinks of Cindy, but was still pretty surprising to hear him say. He told me that he's open to the idea of dumping Cindy if it helps build back his relationship with our parents and sister. When I asked him if he was sure about that, he said that she was small time and that she knew the risks of getting into a relationship with him, so her feelings would be on her.
Why did he
It's such a weird way of phrasing it. Like, she knew like getting involved with a married man was going to come at a cost.
But like you're the one that's cheating.
Yeah.
And presumably you knew how your family would feel about it.
Yeah, I really don't like that response.
Same.
She was small time and that she knew the risk. That feels what is that? That's like
He doesn't
unempathetic.
care.
He doesn't care about her.
He literally I feel like he's just doing things.
Yeah, I'm really confused. That would be a red flag to me. It feels like he still hasn't learned his lesson. It's like you know what that is?
What?
It's him not taking responsibility for his actions. It's like, yeah, she knew what she was getting into.
Right. Yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of whack. This whole situation sucks, and I don't even know what to feel about it anymore. So, some relevant comments. How is Emma doing? And as a reminder, Emma was the perfect person that he was engaged to before he decided to cheat. Deadly Cat 667. He's condescending. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's condescending.
That too.
Yeah, and Cherish High Vibe says, "Wow, he's a giant ale." Period. For sure. I mean, he cheated on his perfect soon-to-be wife. So, getting back into relevant comments, how is Emma doing? I can only hope she's doing better now. We have unfortunately kind of lost contact with her since then. It was very hard for her given how much she loved Matt. Another comment. What's the point of meeting Cindy when he may just as soon cheat on her? And what does it say about her character? My mom actually mentioned this in the past. She doesn't want to get to know a new girl and for us to develop a relationship with her only for it to end the same way. Oh,
because she'll go and they'll cheat on each other maybe.
So yeah, the relationship exactly. The mom's like, I don't need to look at this random relationship because I feel like they're gonna break up in a second anyway.
Which I don't agree with cutting off the son. I agree with that for not wanting to meet Cindy, the affair partner.
Yes, exactly. So I don't need to build a relationship with this random person. Ask him how Cindy feels about being called the worst mistake of his life.
Facts, dude.
Oh, he responds. Sadly, I'm fairly certain he said this to her around the time they got together.
Oh my God.
During one of his early calls post the cheating, he mentioned how he had an argument with Cindy about Emma. He hinted to me that he may have said something like this to her. But maybe it was like, "You're my dirty little mistake," you know?
Oh, maybe.
John's like, ew. Gross. Then OP is voted not the a-hole, but people have varying opinions on going no contact. I don't think going no contact, at least at this point.
I think OP is the a-hole for going no contact. Personally.
I also think OP is the a-hole for going no contact. But
Facts.
There is another update.
Woo!
2 days later.
Let's do it.
So it's been an exhausting few days, but enough has happened since my last post to warrant an update. So I ended up meeting with my brother to discuss what's going on. We live in the same city, so arranging a time and a place wasn't too difficult. After some small talk and a bit of catching up, we got straight into talking about what's been on his mind. He reiterated how he made a major mistake and wants our parents' and sisters' acceptance. He also said that it's way too late for him to try reaching out to Emma, and even if he did, she would never accept. Good on you, Emma. You deserve respect. While he admitted responsibility, he also blamed Cindy and pointed out that meeting our parents was mainly her idea. He mentioned how he didn't consider their relationship too serious, despite what Cindy thought, and was annoyed that she kept pushing him to make things more official. Yikes.
I retract my previous statement. Cut this guy off. This guy sucks.
He sucks. He sucks so much.
He's literally the worst.
Yeah. He said that he had turned down requests from her for him to meet her family and friends, and that so far she's only met a handful of his friends. After saying all of this, he told me that none of it mattered anyway, since he broke up with her since I last spoke with him. He said that he wants a fresh start and thinks Cindy will stifle that. So basically, he's cutting her off so he can have a relationship with his family again.
Yes. You should have cut off your relationship with Cindy a while ago. And yeah, he still sucks.
He still sucks.
But
does he deserve? Do you think that deserves a relationship with the sister and parents?
Yeah, I think he sucks so, like, I literally hate him. Like,
but
if I was
family,
if that was my sibling, I would be like, you are so stupid and like don't care about other people's emotions. It is infuriating. But I would probably still have a relationship to a degree to be able to say and communicate that.
Yeah, to say how stupid you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Low key, that's what you kind of need. I think so.
He needs someone to hold him accountable.
Yeah. He mentioned how she was crying and didn't want their relationship to end, but he remained firm. What made me feel bad for her was when he mentioned how she has her thesis defense in a few weeks, but Matt said she didn't matter to him, as once again he reiterated she knew the risks.
I literally hate this man.
He mentioned how Cindy had been texting him asking why he's being so mean to her and why he ended things abruptly. He texted her back some pretty awful things, and I don't want to repeat them, that did get her to stop trying to contact him. Dang, like
that. He's doing, even when he almost does something right, he does it wrong.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, he's just kind of a butt.
Yeah.
He's just kind of a butt. But he's a butt and he's your family. And you never give up on family.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you give up on family.
The conversation ended with Matt requesting that I help him build up his relationship with our parents and sister again. I didn't want to make any promises and only told him that I would do what I can. Maybe our parents might be convinced to meet with him down the line, but I'm not too sure about our sister. She told me that her entire image of him was shattered and that it will take a lot of time for her to accept that. And we do have some relevant comments before we jump into anything, but someone says, your brother is an a-hole and needs therapy.
True.
And then OP responds, I don't think he needs therapy per se, not that he'd ever go. I think he was just being needlessly mean to Cindy. The messages he sent her were just awful. And then finally, someone says, he seems like he has a lot of issues that he will continue to keep bringing into other relationships, which is maybe a reason that people are saying no contact, because he's like, if he's this much of an a-hole to Cindy and his perfect partner, Emma, what is he going to do in his relationship with his family? And he responds, I hope not. He kept reiterating that he needs a fresh start and he'll do better next time. And that's where the story ends. So, John, what do you think? Do you think he deserves another chance with the family?
He sucks so much.
He sucks so much.
He definitely needs therapy. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I think it could literally, the only communication could be just keeping him accountable and being like anytime he's like, oh, hey, like, let's get together. Da, da, da. It's like, you know, I love you, but like, how are you doing? What's new?
Yeah.
Tell me the things you've been telling Cindy recently. Like some, I don't know.
I would probably say, like, why are you being so mean to Cindy? Like, you should apologize for that. Like, I like, maybe it's like, hey, he doesn't know how to not be an a-hole. So let me tell him what he needs to do to stop being an a-hole and earn his place in my life.
Well, let me match you with this, right? Let's say,
match me, daddy.
You keep doing this and you basically become his like it's like
empathy coach.
Yeah. Like in Pixar where they have like the emotions.
Yeah.
You are literally his empathy, like emotional character. So like,
and he's just like, what do I do in this situation?
Yes. And then you're like, oh my, like, I really have to instruct this like empathy-less zombie
human.
Like it's like with gratitude. You're like, oh, let me give you a hug, you know?
Yeah, dude. It's Weekend at Bernie's, but with empathy. Yeah, I think if luckily I don't have a massive a-hole of a sister. And she's pretty great.
Or do you?
No, she's awesome.
JK.
But like I if she like had a brain injury and became an a-hole, I think wasn't actively an a-hole to me to the point where I had to like cut her out and it was just an a-hole to like her romantic partners. I would still keep her in my life to try to be that good influence like we were saying earlier and maybe be her empathy coach until she got back on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I guess there's a difference between empathy coach and literal like empathy brain
puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
Yeah. I don't know. I just can't imagine cutting out my sister. I think it's
so hard to imagine.
I just like, and we both have great relationships with our siblings. So it's like, it's really hard to be like I can't like, I think I would, I still, even if my sister killed someone, I would encourage her to go to confess, but I wouldn't cut her out.
Yeah, like I feel children.
Yeah,
that wasn't that was neither a agreement nor a disagreement, but I think siblings and children are hard to cut out.
Have you seen Dexter?
I haven't, but I know the premise. It's like
basically
a serial killer who
yeah,
gets other serial killers.
Yeah, but his dad is like, yeah, I know you have these urges to kill, but you got to do it in a way that is healthy, and basically like teaches his son to kill bad people. And so he's like, I know you have this urge to kill and you're a sociopath, but I'm your dad and I'm here for you.
I'm on board. I'm on board for that because now you're not actually, you are doing it to the people that are causing the harm, therefore reducing the harm, therefore doing good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I agree. I'm down for that.
Matt could have a brain injury at birth. You know, no one. He's a sociopath.
Yeah, he's an idiot. That's for sure.
He's an idiot. Anyway, Jellybus says, "Oh, Sam would use her to his advantage if she was murderous." What? What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh,
dude! The comments have been coming for me lately. Do you want to read this next one?
No. Oh, the story.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Woo! Yay, we did it. Out now.
Switch.
Am I the a-hole for calling the cops on my sister after she snuck shellfish in my food?
I mean, what if you're allergic?
That
would be bad.
Probably what has happened here. Like Riley. But this comes from Rude Disaster 1658 who says, I've posted this in other subs, but it keeps getting removed, so I'll try it one last time. I, 21 female, and my sister, 23 female, have never had any issues until last week. She and her husband, 23 male, had invited me over for lunch, which is normal for us. I have a severe shellfish allergy. Even touching it makes me extremely itchy, and my sister is completely aware of this and has been since we were children. When I got to their house, she said that food was already finished and in the fridge. She claimed that it was just a tuna pasta, and yes, I can eat tuna as many other fish, just nothing with a shell. So weird that a shell is the thing that makes.
I feel like that's weird.
I feel like someone's like, what do you think about how much money do you make? Like it's a very invasive like TikTok man on the street interview. Yeah, you agree. Oh my God. After she finished cleaning up, we had a short conversation about what's been happening in our lives since it's been a while since we'd seen each other. I get the strange feeling from her, but just brushed it off as I was extremely tired that day. She grabbed the food out of the fridge and served it for me, giving me a small bowl in case I don't like it. I couldn't smell much of it, and from what I could smell, I just assumed it was fish. But when I took a bite, I almost immediately felt my throat burning. I was coughing and grabbing my throat, and her husband kept asking me if I was choking.
No.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy. My sister turned to me panicking and said, I thought you were exaggerating. No. Oh my God. An ambulance was called and I was rushed to the hospital. I was thankfully okay, but they made me stay to be monitored for the next 2 days. She was hospitalized for 2 days because of this.
Honestly, the ambulance is in on the joke. It's one big conspiracy.
It's just a prank, bro. That is what is happening.
Everyone's exaggerating.
Everyone's exaggerating. God, it was just a prank. Imagine everyone gaslit. Oh my God.
Dude, there are pranks like that, and they are concerning.
Yeah, Libby Liz, what's wrong with your sister? Literally, like you've known since childhood. Why would you give someone anything they say they're allergic to? Why would you feed anyone, unless they explicitly told you, oh, it's fine, it's not that bad, give it to me?
To see if they're telling the truth, dude. They could be exaggerating. How will you know?
You never know if they're exaggerating.
Yeah,
dude. You know what the real crime is here? Exaggeration.
Yeah. Too many people saying literally.
That is the real crime here. But I digress. My sister and brother-in-law had tried to visit me, but I told her to get out. She kept apologizing and refusing to leave. Bro, get a clue. I told her that I'll be calling the police on her for what she'd done, as it's literally attempted murder, and she lost it. More exaggeration.
I mean, is it literally? It kind of is literally attempted murder.
Actually, I think it is because of her allergies, the severity of her allergy. Totally.
Or at least manslaughter, right? Like manslaughter by shellfish.
Yeah. Well, I think honestly, because she knew, maybe it is attempted murder, technically, because manslaughter is a complete accident, whereas like there's some sort of premeditated knowledge of like.
Well, she thought she was exaggerating.
Oh, right. How could I forget?
I didn't know. I thought you were exaggerating when you said you were allergic to being stabbed.
Dude, exaggeration is just the key to getting out of jail. Yeah. She said, "Don't cheat." I thought you were exaggerating.
I thought this was an open relationship.
When you said it's a closed relationship, I thought you were exaggerating, and that it really means it's like
there's
closed,
like one or two people that we can open it up to.
Not your parents. You know, I thought that was the exaggeration. Word of the day is exaggeration. Okay, let's get back to this exaggeration of a story here. So she kept screaming at me saying, "I know you're faking this. You always act like you're allergic to shellfish, so I wanted to test you." My God, I had been pressing the call button for the nurse, but they'd heard her regardless and asked me if I wanted her wanted them removed. I said yes. I explained the whole situation to her and the hospital security, and eventually decided with the help of the nurse and the security guards, I would file a report against her. My mother is saying that I'm overreacting and that I should have just cut contact, but I don't know anymore. Also, when I was a young child, my sister had witnessed me have a severe reaction and went to the hospital where I underwent treatment. She was also there when I was informed I had a shellfish allergy. She was literally there when she learned she had it.
But John, you forget the doctors.
They were exaggerating, dude. They were like, yo, like this could kill you. And it's like, man, stop exaggerating, man. Like
everyone knows that doctors, biggest exaggerators. They all go to improv too, dude, and they're always doing bits like, you have cancer.
They're all like, you have a year to live. Stop exaggerating. I got like 10 good ones.
Yeah, I got 70.
Oh my God. You may be well wondering why I never had an EpiPen on me, and that's because I didn't feel I needed to, as she was my sister. Dude, she didn't want to exaggerate and have an EpiPen. That's exaggeration right there. So she didn't exaggerate in that example. But OP says, am I the a-hole? So the question is, am I the a-hole for filing the police report against my sister because she like intentionally fed me shellfish that I'm deathly allergic to?
I mean,
talk to me.
I don't think so. I mean, what if she strikes again?
That's true. Honestly, yeah, it's kind of, I given her response of like, I thought you were exaggerating. Like
she was literally at the doctor's office.
Dude, she's seen her be hospitalized from shellfish before. Like, what else do you need? For Christ's sake.
And honestly, that hospitalization, she could have won an Oscar.
For the level,
even the doctors believed her. But I know I'm her sibling. I know.
What is the greatest acting, if not the most exaggeration you can possibly have?
True.
You are, if you're in a movie scene, if you're literally, life is leaving your body, that is the most exaggeration you could possibly have. That is worthy of an award, an Academy Award.
Yeah. Shout out Tom Cruise for doing those exaggerated stunts. That's his job.
True.
I bet he fools doctors all the time.
Yeah, dude. He jumps on tables and tells them that it's not it. That's a 2005 reference for all you.
What did he jump on a table?
He jumped on the table at Oprah and said that he loves some girl or something.
Oh, really? Who?
Katie something. Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes? Are they still together?
Maybe. I have no idea. I just know that one moment. From. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a weirdo, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I've always heard. That he's a weirdo. Scientologist. But there is more. Jumped on the couch. I'm sorry, chat. God. So I'm sick of the people who refuse to read, then continue to blame me for not having an EpiPen when I was never effing able to get one. I was never able to get a prescription due to doctors refusing. You know why they refuse? We don't even exaggeration. Like what had happened to many people in the comments too. This post wasn't able to pen, so if you come here to mention it, you're blocked. And then some relevant comments. Melodic Sale 6193 says, I wonder if the sister's husband was the person that turned his wife against OP. Interesting. The sisters grew up together and she witnessed her allergic reactions. She knew that the sister wasn't faking it. I wonder if the brother-in-law doesn't like OP. Well, OP responds, you're exaggerating. No, I'm just kidding. My sister and I never had many obvious problems, but I was very aware she thought she was better than me due to my mother treating her better than me. Favoritism. I was the one who introduced my brother-in-law to my sister. We were friends. However, he never had any idea of my allergy. So it's actually the opposite. The brother-in-law was friends with OP and she set them up. So as far as we know, he has no motive. Anxious Custard 6208 says, that's so weird. Why would she care that much about proving something that quite literally doesn't affect her life at all? She's got problems. Agreed. Samuel Vimes Trained says,
that's my secret Reddit account. You caught me.
Stop training them Vimes, Sam. Whatever your Vimes are, they're too trained. Some golden children. Wow. Some golden children have a need to be in control and to be the center of attention. OP's allergy is outside of her control and gives OP some attention. Whoa. A waiter taking longer to confirm / explaining an order, for example. And those kind of people cannot stand others getting more attention than them. So they try and create scenarios where they are in control or expose the other person for faking it and exaggerating. And consequences, their victim being harmed, ending up deceased, are something they do not care about. This is me. So reporting this actually is the only chance OP has to teach this person actions do have consequences. Good point.
Yeah. So do you think that OP is the a-hole?
I am further in the direction of no, OP is not the a-hole, and further in the direction of yes, file the police report.
I mean, I feel like if she's never gotten any kind of repercussions for her actions, like you just need it for the learning lesson,
Exactly. I also wonder, like, what would kind of be crazy though is if she ended up in prison for attempted murder and got 3 years in federal prison for that.
It's like. What are you in for? Oh, double homicide with a deadly weapon. What was the weapon?
Exaggeration. Oh my God. But maybe I'm wondering, and maybe comments have some comments on this. If OP is the one to file the police report, can OP kind of stop the train before it leaves the station? Like basically stop her from getting like 3 years in prison, or because it's like a criminal act, once she gives it to the police, if the police are like, oh, we need to bring this to a judge immediately, and a court goes to trial, is the sister just completely at the mercy of the court and possibly getting sentenced to years in prison for attempted murder.
I
Probably not.
think
Or I don't
that
know.
person has. I
Has
think
to
once charges are pressed, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about anything though.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Does anyone in the comments in the chat know anything about anything?
Please educate us. But no, the whole saying says, and to celebrate 1 month of Lil Protein membership, my mom is allergic to mushrooms. My sister doesn't like mushrooms or prawns, and says she is allergic. Never had a reaction or been to a doctor for it. But even if someone says they're allergic, you don't test them. Like,
I mean, that's what doctors do.
well, yeah, they test you in a controlled environment. They don't
I mean, if you are in control of the situation, then it's a controlled environment. And as we've learned from golden child syndrome, those children want to be in control. So to her, it was a controlled environment. And why waste a hefty a hefty appointment to a doctor where you have to time, money, where you can just test it over dinner? 2 birds, 1 stone.
She's trying to control her ability to breathe, for her ability for her heart to keep beating.
You're welcome. Saved you a trip to the doctor's office.
Yep, you're good to go. You are definitely allergic to shellfish. Well, guys, we actually have a final update and an edit and some comments. But, oh, by the way, the judgment was not the a-hole. So that is the official matter.
Do you agree?
I agree, not the a-hole. Yes, as I said a few minutes ago. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to see if you changed your mind.
I did not. Good test. You wanted to see if I was exaggerating, but I wasn't. Good man. Good man.
I got you, baby.
Good man. So update 1 day later. Update. Just like to say, all of you who are blaming me for not having my EpiPen, man, absolutely 0 cents.
No, man. Sorry.
Yeah. I thought it was a repeat too, but it's not. Number 1, not everyone can afford one, even if you have free healthcare, because it's not 100% covered. Number 2, not everyone with an allergy carries an EpiPen. And number 3, she was my sister. Why would I feel the need to bring an EpiPen to her house for the homemade lunch? I feel like it's more that she wasn't able to get the prescription. Like, I feel like it's probably a good idea to, if you have an EpiPen, bring it like as many places as possible.
I wonder why she wasn't able to get the prescription.
But she wasn't able to get the prescription, so it's null and void. Like,
yeah, so like why, if you're allergic to something, wouldn't you have to get the prescription? Unless
you're exaggerating.
Wait, what's the zoom?
9. Yeah,
wait,
nice. You did it.
Wait, unless
you're exaggerating. Yeah,
this is fun.
Yeah, right. It's kind of cool. It's like a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, like, once you get used to it, it's pretty fun.
It is. The buttons, the three core buttons are very fun. Or the 4 ones with the zoom. The zooms are good. Yeah, see, crushed it. So, anyways, obviously now I know to save up for one. So Opie's gonna I just buy one on the black market. I don't know. So anyway, this morning I went to the police station, and with the help of the nurse who overheard everything, I filed a report. I wanted to know what I could do, and said that they could realistically only give me a temporary protective order while we wait for the court date where the judge will decide what's best. Yes, the hospital has cameras, so I'll ask the hospital if that can be used as evidence in court, or even with the police, as I still need to write a statement. Other than that, I've almost fully recovered and back to work tomorrow. I know it's a short update, but that's all I've got for you guys. Also, the only reason I'm updating this so soon is because I originally posted this in another sub a few days ago. Edit, I am not American. I do not live in America. So that does change the legal stuff there. Then some final comments to close us out that are relevant. Zackle74 says, wow, what the F is wrong with your sister? Obviously not the a-hole. Playing with someone's life for craps and giggles is just wrong as it gets. I don't blame you for pressing charges at all. AMW38961 says, yeah, that's weird as heck to be playing with someone's life like that. And Avast2006 says, I know you're faking it. I just wanted to test you. She screams, after having already seen you spend multiple days in the hospital from a previous incident, your sister either needs to be in a jail or a mental ward. Her cognitive function is seriously messed up. Which, that red flag, big red flag, that last relevant comment kind of leads me to believe, does she actually deserve some, even a night in the clink just to kind of scare her straight or something like that?
Potentially. I mean, I think she needs consequences. Maybe she even needs an evaluation. She seems like,
yeah, Yeah, I 1,000%. Oh, geez, I 1,000% agree on an evaluation. Maybe even like I'm literally thinking like a night in the tank or whatever. You know, like she goes.
Tank.
Yeah, it's like the holding cell or whatever.
Well, I guess they call it a drunk tank.
Yeah, the drunk tank. Yeah, exactly. Like same.
I always thought a drunk tank. You know when they have a dunk tank.
Yeah.
I thought a drunk tank was where they put a bunch of drunks above water.
I mean, above water. I thought you were gonna say above alcohol, which would be that would literally be a drunk tank. Actually, that would be a really fun like county fair thing to have, where it's just like full of beer,
like in hamster bottles.
Hamster bottles?
Yeah, so it's like a tank, and you put drunk people in there, and there are hamster bottles everywhere, and then you can just drink alcohol from the hamster bottles.
I was thinking you take a wasted person and put them in a dunk tank filled with beer.
Oh, and then they drink, like they fall in and they just drink it,
and
all.
Then they just
and subsequently die. That would be a lot.
Don't exaggerate on me, okay?
No, I'll try not to.
Yeah, I don't know. Olivia Grace says, John, not a night in the clink. I don't know if they're laughing at my vernacular or
it sounds like something a 1920s person would say.
Yeah. We need to have them on night in the clink. You know what I mean? This just in. Read all about it. But I don't know.
John used to have a paper route.
Huh?
It said you used to have a paper route.
I never had a paper route.
You did. You were like, like the 1920s, you wore that little cap and you like handed up paper.
Shut up. You're exaggerating. You are literally exaggerating right now. This is textbook exaggeration. We should put exaggeration into the lexicon of words like gaslighting and stuff like that.
I think gaslighting is just like exaggeration, but mean.
You know what? Gaslighting is exaggerated. Can't even say it. Exaggerated exaggeration.
Trisha D says back in the 1920s when John was a mere boy of 45.
Oh my God. Anyways, but yeah, some sort of consequence and an evaluation. Can we agree on that? I feel like that is.
Yeah, I think she needs to be evaluated if she's really allergic to Oh, we're not talking about OP. No. What are we talking about?
we need a exaggeration evaluation. That's what we need over here.
What that reminds me of conjunction function.
What's your function?
Sophia!
She's coming. Oh, wow. Speak of her. Bye, everyone. I love you.
Should we get into this next story?
Yeah. All right, then. Let's get into this next story.
Am I the a-hole for being upset that I was uninvited to my sister's gender reveal because her boyfriend said so? And again, this is answering the question, when is a bad sibling relationship salvageable? And this comes from Lazy Cat Insomniac. And they say, I did a post on AIO, am I the hole? But my friend said, but my friend said I should also put it here. I'd first like to start off by saying we have no problems with his family, and until now, we thought they liked us as well. My sister, female 21, and her boyfriend, male 22, are due to have their baby in the beginning of December, and she's planning to have her gender reveal in the end of June. Her boyfriend was the first to say, I don't want to have a gender reveal, and went on to explain it's cringy and a waste of time and his money. Spoiler alert, my sister has paid for everything. I offered to make cake pops for her because I love to bake, and she said yes, and that she couldn't wait. However, it all came to a halt when my mom asked about our two aunties going. My sister said, of course, and was really happy, but then last night we got a call off her saying that her boyfriend's parents said they can't afford to buy food for us. It's a back garden party, bring anything you want.
Garden party.
Oh, which is like you bring whatever, it's kind of like a potluck?
Yeah, I think so. Garden party.
And that to tell us that we couldn't come because of that. Basically, like they couldn't come because they couldn't afford to buy food for us. That really upset mom, who then asked if we could come for just the cannon and then we would leave. But apparently her boyfriend told his mom they had a cannon each and that my sister should pay for 2 gender reveals.
What?
So it's like one for his family, one for her family.
Because they can't. Not everyone can come to this.
But I think he's like forcing it that not everyone.
Yeah,
can
no,
come.
I think he's saying like, no, you're not allowed to come to this.
I don't like this. I think he's being weird and gatekeepy.
Yeah, well, obviously he's like, oh, they can't come because
there's not gonna be enough food. But it's like it's a bring your own food thing. It's like I'm fine not eating.
Specifically, bring your own food.
And then he's like, "Can we just come for the cannon?" He's like, "Oh, like we're gonna have our own cannon."
Oh, you'd have to buy another cannon because actually only they said in the when we bought it that only 5 people can watch
it. Yeah. It's for a viewing party of 5.
Yeah.
Also, they said mum. Is this British? Do British people
it's
do
a garden
gender
party.
reveals with cannons?
I guess so.
That's crazy. Cannons?
Yeah.
Gender reveals have gone too far. Next thing they're going to be like gender bombs. Do they have those?
Like, what do you mean?
Like bombs?
They have bombs, yeah.
They have gender bombs?
I don't know.
Hmm. But what would be the point of that? Because by the time she has one with us, her family, his family would have posted the gender everywhere on social media. So it's like, yeah, you can only have a cannon go off once. I think is an age-old saying.
I've heard that one.
Hey, you only can have a cannon go off once. And well, unless you have multiple. Yeah, I think it's like once the gender reveal is out of the bag, I don't think you can do anything.
Once one person knows about the gender,
then they're posting it everywhere. It's like an explosion. It's like a gender bomb.
Wow.
Sophia's giving me nothing right now.
I'm catching up, man.
His mother is standing her ground and still saying there is no room for my sister's family in their back garden. It's huge. But there's enough room for all their family, 17 people, and 4 of his friends, but none of her friends or family. My mother again said about just seeing the cannon go off, but we were told her boyfriend's mother said no again. I wonder who's this coming from. Is this coming from the boyfriend or the boyfriend's mother?
Ooh. Why would does the mother know the sister? Did they say that? Or does the mother know OP?
I don't think so. I think it's I think a lot of the communication has been just through the boyfriend.
I feel like it's the boyfriend, though.
Which is a major red flag because I feel like that's super controlling behavior.
Yeah, to not let your partner's sibling come to a gender, that's a big thing.
It should be both families. He's basically like, no, only my family can come.
Only one family can win.
Only one family can rule the gender reveal party.
One family to rule them all.
You have your cannons. We have ours. And we fight to the death. Release the gender bombs. And her boyfriend said gender reveals were a waste of time. Yeah. So.
What?
Yeah, dude, I don't get this at all.
It sounds like he just wants to punish her for having a gender reveal party.
So now we're at a standstill. And my mom is really upset because my sister planned and bought all the decorations with the idea of her family coming as well. And her boyfriend, who said gender reveals were a waste of time, has now invited more friends when really we all believe it's more of a family event. To be honest, I'm not bothered about going as I have a 2-month-old at home with me, and even said if I don't go, could mom and or our stepdad go and I'd babysit the boys, our younger brothers who are 13 and 11. And then I was told, guess what? You're not invited either.
Whoa.
Even though the day before she said I was, and it would be great for the sport. Heck, I even helped her plan the mood board to narrow the thing down for the party. The unfortunate thing is I know her boyfriend will use this party as an excuse to get drunk with his mates, then go out with them afterward, leaving my sister to clean up his parents' house while pregnant. And as usual, we will get a phone call on how upset she is with him. He sounds like a piece of work.
Sounds awful.
Unfortunately, due to a bad dating experience after breaking up with her boyfriend a few years ago, she has put off looking for anyone else, and she went back to her boyfriend. We worry she is never going to stand up to his family and end up with the baby at home by herself with him not helping and only posing for pictures and family to make it look like he's helping. As he even said when she got pregnant, quote, "I'm not going to be drinking for 6 weeks to support you, but after that, I'll be going out with my mates on weekends."
He's like, I can be a father for 6 weeks, but that's it.
I mean, how long can one be a father? Who has that kind of stamina? I need to recharge. I need some R&R, babe.
You expect me to be a father for life?
How about a father for my bros? I am the dad of the friend group. What are they going to do without me?
Did you think about my friends? Because I don't think you did.
When my friends are drunk, they're basically like 5 giant toddlers.
They're infants.
They are infants with the strength of full-grown men.
Honestly, they need a father more than this baby.
Exactly. Who's going to be their father figure? I think little Jimmy is good with just you, but I need to be there for the boys.
My friend Tim's father walked out on him. I have to be there.
Yeah, and I walked in on him. So I have to be there. Because he's walked in in his life.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. However, that 6 weeks turned into 2, where he got so drunk he started a fight with her over the phone. And now this. I just feel he's being a bit narcissistic, and I would know how that goes, as I am a narcissist myself. I'm kidding. As my bio dad is a major narcissist.
Okay.
But really quick, what are we feeling about this whole story and OP?
Yeah.
This and OP's sister.
Yeah, they kind of suck.
Kind of suck. I mean, it sounds like he's terrible and she can't stand up for herself.
Yeah, it sounds like exactly.
Which is an unfortunate combo to have.
Yeah, it seems like she whatever, because they said she broke up with the OP sister broke up with this husband, right? Or boyfriend?
Broke up with...
Is he the husband now? No, he's the boyfriend still, right?
He's the boyfriend still, but they're having a kid together.
Yeah, broke up with him and then got back together, which, especially because it doesn't seem like it's a healthy relationship. It doesn't seem like she's able to stand up.
Yeah, and it feels, it's probably like she is like codependent and doesn't see another way out.
Yeah.
But we do have some relevant comments to close this out. So talk to your sister. Have her do the canon for your family the week prior. Have your own family party. Print pictures of that and have her display at their event to give them in a book as a gift for her. And then OP responds, I've tried. She said she doesn't want to upset his mom by doing that. Even our mom said that she would have all his family here, even though our garden is smaller. But my sister and her boyfriend's family refused. And then Harry WWC says, okay, does she really want to marry into this kind of crazy? Just asking. And OP responds, funny you should say that. She actually does want to. And he said marriage is a waste of time, but he wants to be with her and got her a promise ring. I don't get it, to be honest. And she doesn't seem to be hearing what we're telling her. Yeah, their sister is 21 and boyfriend is 22. Okay, so they're young. They're young.
That makes a little bit more sense. I mean, he still sucks, but the marriage stuff makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. This is whack. But yeah, I this is like red flags on red flags on red flags right now. I mean, I feel like if they don't do something quick, they're going to be in a world of hurt.
A world of hurt.
But
that's the end of this episode.
Yeah. That is the end of this episode. So, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow! Unless you're in the members only stream.